All right. It's the day after my 74th birthday. The fog of war. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm going to be dead soon, Brian. And this is my funeral oration. It can be played in its entirety for anyone who wants to listen and see who I really was. I have become myself after 74 years, and it's enough. And we've all had enough, and I've had enough of you. This is where I've come in my life, that I consider you one of my friends. It's been a long slide down. When I graduated from Harvard many years ago, 1968, I thought I was going to be president of General Motors or the country, one or the other. Those were the only jobs that I was willing to accept willingly, without suspending my disbelief. It's been a kind of deja vu ever since. I've had to accept much less than I deserve. I'm worth more than this. Look at me, Brian. I'm worth more than this. Maybe that's what I keep thinking in my lucid dreams. That's my fear, that I am indeed worth as much as Donald Trump, with William Barr thrown in. And I'm thinking about Mikey Pence. He might need, they've been firing people right and left, and I need a job. I'm available. I could be like the independent intelligence monitor investigator. They just fired that guy yesterday. I could be Michael Flynn. Whatever he was, I forgot what he was, or Rudy Giuliani or Chris Christie. I could eat a lot and be just like Chris Christie. What color three-piece suit? I think I'll have the same suit that Little Richard had. He doesn't need it anymore. Why should it be buried with him? He should be buried naked, and I should have the suit. That's what I'm thinking of. I'll be dead soon. Why shouldn't I dress well? Or have dentures? You think I'd look? They could be all white. I could get another chance at pearly whites, to appear in my pearly whites at the pearly gates, because that's where I'm hoping I'm going to go upward. It might not happen though. So maybe that's the point. Maybe I'll just go horizontal. Maybe dying is just like kicking the can down the road, and I'll be born again as I was before. But I'm not sure I could get into Harvard again. When I went for my 50th reunion, didn't seem like they were clamoring to accept a lot of people like me. The demographics have changed. That's what they said at DNE when they decided after one season, the year of Katrina, when I was the kitchen personnel manager. They decided, because they'd asked me to commit, I was the manager of the kitchen, the whole kitchen for D&E. I was really good, I thought. But I wasn't in the in group. And at the end of the season, although Michael Henderson helped me do a good job, I did a good job. I would swear to that even today. At the end of the thing, when they finally called me, this guy Pasquale, he said to me, this is D&E, this sort of hippy dippies of like the Woodstock era. But this guy Pasquale, he said to me, Neil, I think we're going in a different direction. I was floored, staggered, and I'm staggered still. But I survived it. Yeah. It was a dress rehearsal for the foreplay for enlightenment. Revelatory orgasmic reality. Real to real orgasmic reality is what we're talking about here, Brian. Okay, I see. I've gotten your attention now that you're looking down and you're nodding off. But fortunately, they only had me in the frame. You could be in the frame. Alexa, volume 1. Volume 8. Alexa, volume 8. I don't know. She doesn't want to have a relationship with me. I told her I told her all my fantasies and lucid dreams were lodged with her. Really? How about Samantha? You think I could get Samantha or Siri? I want to get fixed up. We could do it all online. Yes. Yes. Women recently released from a psychiatric internship. It'll be like an internship. Well, because I won't have someone who would understand me. A residency, maybe I'll require. Well, you've got to tongue in the energy and the social distancing. I feel like you and I are at the right social distance now. This is how I've always wanted to be with you. This is going to be all recorded by Zoom and sent to the CIA. So don't say anything about Zion Nazis or East Jerusalem or any of that stuff, because it'll all get us monitored by the predictive policing. We live in the Saudi Semitic surveillance state. And like Khashoggi, we could go in for a marriage license and come out toast in pieces. They cut to the chase on Khashoggi. And Bruce Cockburn, too, If I Had a Rocket Launcher. Did you know that song? If I Had a Rocket Launcher. Great song. All right, you don't seem so enthusiastic, so we'll let it go. Okie dokie. It's delicious. It's time for revelatory orgasmic reality. Inside you, babe, it's copacetic. It's naked truth. It's the truth of naked reality is what we're talking about. Your enthusiasm inspires me on the Creative Common. On the Creative Common, we creationists have the same material at the center of gravity, and we keep circling around further and further with further and further radial velocity, and we go farther and farther away from the point because the dark energy is in the room. And some dark matters too. The dark matter is in the bullet cluster. I'm taking a deep breath, and I suggest my listeners, starting with you, do the same. Yes. Vice Media. I do know. Gawker. Hulk Hogan. Okay. Uh-huh. You're kidding. Wow. We're famous. Maybe we'll get sued by Peter Thiel and his teleology. And we could buy Gawker if we win. Okay, cool. Oh, good. Oh, send it to me email. That is it's probably easier to read. Okay. And I'm still working up to texting. I just want another textualist, originalist to be voted onto the Supreme Court before I decided that this texting thing is really here to stay. That's what I think. Why spend my time when I could be talking to you, learning to text? Mimeographs, a carbon paper. I I have collected a stash. I couldn't get toilet paper, so I got carbon paper. I think it'll work just as well. But I've noticed people have said I've been a little bit more off color than usual. Oh, I don't know. My humor is not appreciated by the masses. That's what I'm beginning to find out. The scene is sceneless without me. It's going to be a double header. They're starting baseball today again. Yes, the Astros. And then we're going to have the astrophysicists. That talk about social distances. We're going to get the astrophysicists on the case. And shapes are shifting. Mobius is stripping. There are moire patterns in the MAGA mainstream. Whoa. Think of the mikvah and get yourself cleaned up. We're going to do a little ethnic cleansing with you, Brian, in the Maha mikvah. The deal is sealed, but the ceiling is high but glass. Hillary, do you know that Hillary turns out to be Joe Biden with a dildo? Yes. It's now we have an election at this moment of COVID virus and capitalism of castrati and eugenicists. Now is the moment we have Trump versus Biden, the pussy grabber versus the finger fucker. Brian, who are you going to vote for, the pussy grabber or the finger fucker? This is a tough call. I'm writing her in. I'm running her in. She was too smart to go out with me more than once. Did I ever tell you that? Multiple times. It's my only claim to fame. And the fact that I had a crush on Sylvia Poggioli at Harvard. She was in my class. Yeah. Famous people. Famous people have rejected me, Brian. I want you to know that. Well, she remembers me now because at the 40th reunion, there was this panel where she was one of the panelists, one of the famous panelists, and people were asking questions, about current affairs and stuff. And I raised my hand and I say, this is the 40th reunion, and I just have to admit, because I never said it to her face, I had a crush on Sylvia Poggioli, and the room burst out laughing. It was really funny. It was fun. She was a little taken aback. I noticed that she wasn't laughing. She might have had some security issues. But then again, we got out of it okay. So, what do you think? I think we should practice intentions and intuitions. And we should get our inspiration from improvising. Whoa, I was just wondering if you were in touch with any grammarians. You're a logician. I was just testing you on your lexicology. You're a lexicologist. A Luddite. Wow. Did you know that Larsen C collapsed into the ocean? That's the big news. Deglaciation. If you thought COVID was bad, deglaciation is going to really put Miami underwater. on the map of Atlantis. You could be my co-dude. We could dig out Miami. That'll be a lifetime project. We could put Miami on stilts. And then at the same time, we'll retry George Zimmerman. Well, he got off. Big time. Well, we should lubricate some levels. I've been working on it. But it's tough material. It's a tough material and dark energy at a quantum supreme level. QCD, QED, quid pro quo. The impeachment is over. Michael Flynn was innocent, even though he pleaded guilty. It's the Innocence Project. And Stormy Daniels. I'm still trying to get in touch with Stormy Daniels. I want her to do to me what she did to Donald Trump, whatever that was. How much do you think it cost? How much do you think it cost Donnie? And did he get his money's worth? Whoa, Brian, we better back up from this. We could get ourselves into Me Too trouble. You and I both. We could have our Gawker profiles in puce and pink. Puce and pink. Those are the colors of the day. Yes. Oh, well. What do you think? Are we done? Should we take a deep breath? Should we take a deep breath? I'm glad you're so supportive. You've raised my self-esteem so much today, Brian. I'm really happy to know you. And you're one of my good friends. Think of what my detractors might say. I had a friend who did that. Yes. My friend David Williams changed his number without ever telling me. I knew him for 40 years, and then he changed his phone number. He sent me a postcard. The last communication I had him a postcard from him, but it had no return address. Brian, take a deep breath. Inside you, I can hardly wait. It's coming to a head. What we have to say to one another. It's almost time for it to be over. Lick a few doorknobs. Oh my God. You are my covariant branch Covidian. I think just one person, but it could be more. They don't tell us a whole lot. And now they're off site. The people who used to be in the office, they're off site somewhere. We're dropping. I'm ready to drop myself. They're not in the building. I'm saying that we're in the upper Bigly branch of the Covidian Davidian project. The branch Davidians are no more, but Heaven's Gate calls. All you have to do is follow Donald Trump's advice and inject yourself, Brian, with disinfectant. I think that would clean up your act. When I heard him say that, I thought, I got to tell Brian, maybe he'll take us up on the needle exchange. I have a couple of needles that I've been saving for you, Brian, so that you can inject your disinfectant. It's a dirty war out there. Bleach, yes, and a mask. And not only that, they gave me a mask and a straw and some bleach, some Clorox, but it was generic. It was 365 brand bleach. Seventh generation bleach and a straw. And they said, do what you know you should do. Cleanse us of this spot. So I'm here with stock and awe. My portfolio's gone up and my portal's gone down. I'm at Finnegan's Wake and it's a wake up call. It's a lucid dream. It's a wet market out there, Brian. It's a wet market. There's germs everywhere. Howard Hughes was right. I knew Howie was right back in the day. I don't touch anything anymore other than Midas. Midas Moss, and Muffler. Midas Moss and Muffler. And we could send you some fungal fentanyl. A little fentanyl and fen will do you for a long time, Brian. Viagra and McMindfulness are my recipe for revelatory orgasmic reality enlightenment. Do the tour. I don't have any foreskin in the game. Forecast. Oh, I have a podcast. Oh. 2042 is peak people. That's when we have the most people. 10 billion people. 2112 is when there are no people. Extinction 2112. It's what made me famous. Other than my famous Howl 2.0 that starts, as you might well remember. It's 1491 and we're all Native Americans now. It's 910 and tomorrow is going to be a bitch of a day. It's 11:59:59. Midnight in the oasis is coming. Let's take a deep breath. It's old school. It's back in the day. It's the future of nostalgia, Nostradamus. We are the ones we await. Oh, I hope you're having a burrito for breakfast. What are you having for breakfast? Chili and avocados. I think I had that once at your house. I was farting for the next 3 days. But never mind, we've got to wrap it up, and I won't be eating with you today, except perhaps virtually. All right, we'll do a final Om. Om.